With Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides in theaters now, enjoy the first 4 films of the franchise with this amazing Blu-ray box set. Click the link below for more details. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and we got some interesting news regarding X-Men's New Mutants and what kind of movie it's going to be. Now, oftentimes when we hear about a new X-Men movie, it means there's some existential threat that's going to be basically going to take down the world, and the X-Men need to come together in order to stop it and save mankind. It's not an uncommon storyline. It's a pretty basic trope when you look at superhero movies. Well, apparently, New Mutants is trying something wholly different, and it sounds pretty cool. Instead of being kind of a save the world type film, this is going to be about saving themselves, and they want to make it a full-fledged horror movie. Now, saying here, director Josh Boone says we are making a full-fledged horror movie set within the X-Men universe. There are no costumes. There are no supervillains. We're trying to do something very, very different. And I take from this basically that they looked at how Legion was perceived, right? They looked at how Legion on FX, having taken place in the X-Men universe, but not really kind of dealing with a lot of the same stuff, and more kind of personal and about Dan Stevens' character. They're taking that mentality and they're applying it to this specific story, which basically says that this is going to draw influence from New Mutants number 18. And it's an issue where it's kind of like Stephen King meets John Hughes. So basically, it's like 5 New Mutants. They are stuck inside a facility and they have to get out. And that's why they have to save themselves. And that's what's going to happen. Like, they're up against some kind of threat inside this facility. Saying here, a source close to the project said that they're held in a secret facility against their will. 5 New Mutants who have to battle the dangers of their powers as well as the sins of their past. They are not to save the world, just save themselves. And it sounds like a tagline. It sounds like whoever the source was here was basically kind of feeding a tagline. It's like they have to save themselves and that kind of thing. And that might be more of that personal journey, something we don't get much out of these kind of superhero movies these days. Whereas movies like Logan and Legion, the TV show came out and gave us these very, very, very good emotionally driven stories, very personal, not as over the top as we've expected, and they've been received very well. So trying out this particular genre in this franchise, in this world, might actually work. And we're also hearing rumors that Michael Fassbender will show up as Magneto, possibly James McAvoy as Professor X, and maybe Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique, although we could pretty much move that one to the side now. I think Jennifer Lawrence has kind of run her course. I actually blame her pretty heavily for a lot of the issues with X-Men Apocalypse, mostly because of her demands to not be in costume. Therefore, her and Beast were both just dressed down like 80% of the film, if not more. And I felt that really kind of took away from the characters that we want to see on the big screen. It's like, oh, imagine if it was all of a sudden like like John Shaft showed up and he's like, "Hi, I'm Professor X." Like, what the hell happened here? This makes no sense. It's just, that was, their fault, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's the stories that I've heard, and that's the opinion I formulated. Never mind the fact that also Apocalypse was just completely underutilized, and also Angel was like, what the hell is Angel even doing here? It just shows you that X-Men Apocalypse was, I think, like a big misstep for Fox, is what I'm trying to say. X-Men Days of Future Past was really good. X-Men Apocalypse was trying to capitalize on that and also take it up to the next level, and just failed in many respects, which is one of the reasons why I feel like Simon Kinberg, who penned Apocalypse and Days of Future Past, is not going anywhere near this movie outside of producer capacity. Josh Boone is writing it alongside his partner, Nate Gwaltney, and they're going to release the film April 13th, 2018. So they're still in the writing process of this movie, and they want to have it released April 13th of next year. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Again, rushed development here. But the same thing happened with Matthew Vaughn in X-Men First Class. Right after Matthew Vaughn released Kick-Ass in 2010, like June of 2010, Fox was talking to him about picking up you know, X-Men First Class, which came out June of 2011, and in that year they quickly shot this movie and they quickly finished this movie. And I'm wondering if this one is going to go through the same process, just with a much smaller scale. And if it is really a horror film, these kids trapped in a secret facility, they're probably not going to know how to utilize their powers. They're going to be afraid. They're going to be younger, and there's going to be something in there that they're going to have to overcome, whether it's another mutant that's going to try to kill them, whether it's you know, the organization as a whole. And if I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark on this one, it's probably going to be Mr. Sinister. It's going to be Mr. Sinister's facility, or maybe something Alkali Lake related with Stryker, and then, but they're not going to be in it, like they're going to be mentioned. It's so, because like they don't want a supervillain. So they'll probably just like have them mentioned, but have them be there. And maybe the whole thing is just an exercise in trying to escape. You know, think like The Great Escape, or any of those other movies where people try to like tunnel out of places and work together as a team. And then they'll probably at the end be picked up by Professor X and taken back to Xavier's school. So that's what I'm thinking with that one. But in the meantime, I'm okay with this. I thought I wasn't going to be okay with this, but I'm actually okay with this. I want to see this take on it. I want to see this experimentation. I want to see these characters brought down to humanistic levels, of which they are in the series, in the comics and everything, and have that explored while they still have their powers and probably still have cool character moments. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be pretty good? Do you think this horror movie version of an X-Men story is going to be told well, or do you think that it's going to be a flop and they're just going to go back to making the big budget spectacles that they know will make them money, even if they are somewhat devoid of substance? But anyway, let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. And if you haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, get them in on the conversation. And if you want to support the channel, links below in the video description. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Peace out.